Hello students, in this video I am going to explain about built-in list methods. Here we are going to discuss about how to add elements to the end of the list, how to insert items to a list, how to change the elements of a list, how to remove or delete items from a list, how to do sorting operation on the list, how to perform reverse operation on the list, and the usage of count method on the list. Now, how to add elements to the end of the list. So what is a list representation now? List contains a collection of items. Those items can be separated by comma and enclosed within square bracket. So once the list has been created, you can be able to do updation operation on the list. So list can be called it as mutable object. So here with the help of append as well as extend built-in method, we can be able to add element or range of elements to the end of the list. See this is about syntax to represent about append as well as extend method. Okay, so append, it accepts only one argument since it is going to add only one item at the end of the list. So with the help of extend method, you can be able to add two or more items to the end of the list. So it accepts sequence like a list, tuple or dictionary, or it may be a string. Okay, so this is about how to add elements to the end of the list. See this example, I have created the num list list. So it has elements like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now I want to add 100 to the end of the list. So for that I am using append method. So numList dot append of 100. So next I am going to display the output. For that I am using numList. So it displays the output. Here the 100 has been updated to the end of the list. Okay, so this is about append method. So next we are going to discuss about extend method. So it accepts a sequence. So it accepts a range of elements. It may be a two or more items. So once you have given like this, the Python interpreter execute this statement. So next it throws the line like a command prompt. Now you want to display the output, you can use numList. So it displays the output. At the end of the list, 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. These range of elements has been added to the end of the list. Okay. So next we are going to discuss about how to perform insertion operation. So from this, with the help of this insert method, you can be able to add the elements in between the list. Okay, so for that it accepts two arguments like index position as well as object, that is value to be inserted at the index position. Okay, so see this example, I have created the even num. So this is what the list name. So here the elements are 2, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20. Now you want to insert items in the position 3, that is the value as 14. So this is for the 0th position, 1st position, 2nd position, and 3rd position the 14 value will be inserted. So this is what the output. After performing this operation, you can display the output like this. Okay. So next we are going to discuss about how to change the elements of a list. Here you can be able to update the value and the list. Okay, with the help of assignment operators, indexing operators, you can be able to change the items or range of items on the list. See this example, even, which is equal to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. So these are all the elements stored in the variable even. So now you want to update the value 1 into 2. 2 is the new value. So for that I have used it like this. I have used index operator as well as assignment operator. Even of 0, which is equal to 2. So next I am going to display the output. So even it displays the value has been updated into 2. That's all. Okay, so next I am going to change the range of elements. So I have to specify the slicing operator. I have to use the slicing operator to specify about the range. Okay, so 0:55. So automatically 0 to 4th index position the values will be updated. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this value has been updated. So this is what output. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about how to remove or delete items from the list. So for this, built-in methods are remove as well as pop and then clear method. So with the help of these methods, you can be able to remove item from a list. With the help of clear method, you can be able to generate the empty list. Okay, see this remove method. So here it accepts one argument like object. It is a value to be removed from the list. This is for the example. So next I am going to remove 3 element. So remove of, I have to specify the value here 3. Next, I am going to remove 6.5. So I have to specify the value here 6.5. Next, I am going to display the output. So numbers 3 as well as 6.5 will be removed from the list. So next I am going to use pop method. Here it accepts index value. So it removes the items that is associated with a given index. Suppose if you didn't specify about the index value, so automatically it removes the last element on the list and that element will be returned to the user. That is what the output for the remove pop method. Okay, so consider this list. It contains English, chemistry, physics, orange as well as computer will be the elements for my list. Okay, so now I am going to remove orange here. So I have to specify the index value pop 3. So this value will be returned to the user. Next, I didn't specify about the index value here. So automatically it returns the last element which is presented on the list. The computer will be returned to the user. Next, I am going to show the output. So English, chemistry, physics, because we removed orange as well as computer from the list. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about clear method. It is used to empty a list. Okay, it doesn't accept any argument at all. It is a built-in method. Okay, so here my list I created. Next I am going to clear that thing. With the help of clear method, you can able to make the list into an empty list. Okay, so next we are going to delete items using the keyword del. Okay, so del, which represents a delete, which is used to delete one or more items on a list or entire list itself. So these are the syntax. If you want to remove, if you want to delete single item, then you can use this syntax. If you want to remove range of items, then you can use this syntax. If you want to delete entire list, you can use this syntax, del list name. That's all. Consider this example. I have created my list. So I am going to delete only one item which is presented, only one item from the list. So I have specified the index value is 0. This 2 has been deleted from the list. So after that I am going to I have displayed the output here. This my list. So it displays the output. So next I am going to delete some ranges and all. I have specified the index value as 1:4. So automatically it deletes the elements which is located on the position 1, 2, 3. Okay, so those elements will be deleted and it displays the output like 4 as well as 12. That's all. Okay, if you want to delete the entire list now, you can provide del space list name. So next you want to display the output for my list. So it displays like a name error because we deleted the entire list. So name my list is not defined. So this is what the error message to the user. Okay, so this is about the removing as well as deleting items from the list. So next we are going to discuss about how to perform sorting operation. For that we are having the built-in methods like sort operation. It is used to sort the items in ascending order. Okay, so this is what sort built-in methods like list name dot sort of. So this is what the list I created. I'm using built-in method like sort operation. So it sorts the it arranges the elements in ascending order. Okay, so this is what the output for the corresponding. So next you can see the reverse items. For that we are having the built-in methods like a reverse function which is used to arrange or view the items in reverse. It means that in descending order it displays output. Okay, so this is the syntax list name dot reverse. This is the list I created, list1 dot reverse. So first of all it performs a sort operation and then it performs a reversing, that is in descending order it displays the output. Okay, in descending order it displays the output. Next one, count method. It is used to count how many items an object occurs in the list. Okay, so see this list name dot count of object. Object may be a value to be represented here. So this is what the numbers list I created. Here I am going to count the item 3. How this count method is will display the output like how many times in the object occurs on the list. Okay, so here 3 times occurred, so it displays output like 3. Okay, so this is about built-in list methods in Python. Thank you all.